I feel like this could get wildly out of control. Hiker, earn 5 materials for every 10 steps you take. We also earn 1 max HP for every 80 steps you take, and speed bonuses are increased by 10%. We start with less speed and we gain less materials. So the natural weapons are going to be things like the hiking pole, we get +1 range for every 70 steps we take, and the jousting lance, which gives us speed. I'm going to start with the jousting lance because we need that speed, we need to keep walking. We're also going to do it on danger too, so elites and hordes appear, because that can get us potentially items. So we just keep going like this. So this seems pretty good so far. It's got deep penetration, it helps us move quick, so we should be able to take out lots of enemies quickly, especially if I can get them in a nice little row. Stab them one more time. Well, we already found a second jousting lance and also a third one, so our speed is already going up a lot. Okay, there's a fourth jousting lance, so this is a very, very lucky run, plus speed also, so we're going to lock those two. So 3 jousting lances is getting us a little bit of speed back. We need to remember to just keep walking. Even if we're walking in circles, it's fine. I don't normally hold still during this anyway, because holding still gets you dead. Just keep walking, just keep walking, just keep spinning, just keep walking. So far so good, doing plenty of damage. We're getting good effects. I'm not really sure here. I guess I probably mostly just want speed. Attack speed is also nice, but speed. The faster we walk, the better our upgrades are going to be. So we'll take speed and lose luck. We'll take jousting lance. We'll take cheaper items. We're going to lock the next jousting lance and get right back to work. Our speed is already quite good at 11%. So we've already gained 65 materials and we've already gained 1 stat of max HP. And I look like a crazy man. This is perfect. So we just got to keep walking. The more we walk, the better we're going to do. Enemies are going to have to find their way to me. This might be a combination of ranged and otherwise weapons, but we'll see shortly. I do think the jousting lance is really funny that we can move quicker, but we should also get a few hiking poles. There's another 3% speed. We're just going to take speed. This is also speed plus other things. We're definitely going to take that. There's more speed out of this, so we're getting all sorts of good things. Our speed is already up to 17%. I haven't really used these before, but so far I really like them. They're able to stab way out there. I saw cursed enemy at the top. Oh, there's a few cursed enemies here. I really got to not hold still like that. I completely forgot already. It's only a basic upgrade, but it's still speed. There's more speed, more jousting lance. Oh, the jousting lances actually get stronger as you get faster too. I didn't realize that. We're going to take some more attack speed just to be sure to get those off. We're going to lock that. This is going to get a really weird run because we can't really hold still. We can, but we lose all sorts of boosts to do it. Wave 5 is going down nice and easy, and this is on a harder difficulty, so this is actually a strangely strong build so far. Okay, I'm going to add just a little more damage because that's just going to help us kill things obviously much quicker. I do want the reroll price. That's always just really good for us long term. We're finding more jousting lances all over the place. These are only going to get better and better. So far we've gained 5 max HP from moving and 265 materials. So that really is considerable. We're just a simple nomadic penetrator. This build is going to have some dodge and armor as well because we're inevitably going to walk into things a lot. Especially with all the movement speed we're going to have. This is going to get real crazy. But there's $192. There's more speed. I'm going to add a little bit of armor because we're inevitably going to get touched up by things. We're going to combine some of these. We're going to get a tier 2 jousting thing. That's going to give me a little bit more speed. Plus another. So we got 3 tier 2s. The captain's sword is always fun as well. But no time for shiny new things. There's another jousting lance. Definitely can't say no to that. There's more speed. We're losing so much luck by doing that, but that's perfectly fine. We could do without for now. But now that we're getting a little bit into the waves, we're definitely going to want even more attack speed upgrades, which might mean we need some luck to actually get some of those rarer upgrades. Yes, I meant movement speed. The faster we can move, the more, like, this is just going to snowball in on itself. But we're up to 26 HP, which isn't too bad by now. My normal playstyle is to basically circle the outside of the map anyway. I only dive through the middle when there's a good opportunity for it. So that means we'll just constantly be adding up max HP and materials. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of luck back on. Luck is only going to help us. There's my movement speed. There's going to spawn into a tier 2 jousting doodad. Okay, here's another tier 2. So we're now going to have our first tier 3. That's already doing 51 damage. It gets 4% speed. Salt water is also going to be interesting with this build because we get 10% speed for 3 seconds when we take damage. That's going to help. Adrenaline's also nice. It's going to get dodge and we heal 5 HP when we do dodge. And then right back to work running around like a moron. It definitely is pretty effective so far. I could maybe use just a little more attack speed so that the attacks can keep up with my movement speed. But other than that, it's actually really, really, really effective. And very satisfying. I just love walking around murdering all these idiots. I don't know if I necessarily need a lot more range than this. It would be nice to have, but we're already getting way in there. A little bit of harvesting might not be the worst idea at this point, just to give us a little extra. Because we got a lot of good options here for things. I definitely want this. We take damage, we get faster. We don't need this yet, but we'll keep that locked for ourselves. So I feel like they changed this, so when you have one item, you're more likely to get more of the same, because that's just unreasonable how many of the jousting lances we're getting. And every time we get an upgrade, we do get a slight increase to movement speed, and every one of those is going to make a big difference to our stats. Now, movement speed is already so high that this is going to get really out of control before very long, but that's okay, because we'll start stacking up so much max HP that it's going to get silly. We'll be indestructible, hopefully. There's another 6% speed that we definitely needed. A hiking pole, finally. So we're going to get rid of one of our jousting lances for a hiking pole, because we get one range for every 60 steps. And so far we gained 15 max HP and 740 materials. That's going to get better. I should really actually change one of these into a tier 4 because that's going to be even better. 5% speed. We're also going to do the locked items and weapons have a 20% chance to become cursed. And then I'm going to take the 5% attack speed and 25 range. We're going to lose some armor. I can sacrifice it. Back to work. So now as we're moving, we're also going to get extra range and that's going to feel good. Automatic stats just from running around. I don't know if there's any other items that can contribute to speed or movement, but this just synergizes so very nicely. 39 HP currently, and that's just going to get higher and higher. Trying to stay right on the edge of the horde, at least till the end of the round, where we can dive right in there and kill everything, hopefully. I'm going to put my luck back on, so at least luck is back to 0. Okay, we're going to add the dodge thing. That's going to help us heal a little bit as well, too, for sure. Okay, I'm going to add this for the 30 luck. We need to start finding some better items. There's, something that works against our luck, but it's going to add speed, and speed is what we need. So we gain more max HP there. And this is a nice build because we really don't have to worry about max HP because it's naturally going to show up, especially if I remember to start moving at the start of a round. And we get an elite next round too, so that's hopefully going to drop a tier 4 item for us, and that could be huge depending on which one it is. The enemies are so quickly moving now, it's going to be hard before long to like control myself because I'm just flying into them at high speed now. But with how fast we're going, we're going to get so much boost. Yeah, especially with another 9% speed, that's actually a huge one. Here's another one. It synergizes incredibly well, plus 1% damage for every permanent 1% speed you have. So that's going to add 62 minus 5, but that's going to take our super from 84 up to 131. I'm also going to add some armor because armor is just going to be a big one. We're going to get so quick, it's going to be really hard to control. So we've now gained 1,000 materials and 21 stats. Let's see how much better we can do. This is going to be an elite wave too. I'm going to have to circle in and out around him. He's also going to hurt us quite a bit, so we're going to have to be real careful. But as long as I stay somewhat close and just get a few stabs in on him once in a while, should be enough to finish him off by the end of this. But I don't want to stop moving at the same time. I will stop moving if I have to because a tier 4 item is better than like the 1 HP we're going to get by moving right now. So if we have to, we'll get right in his face for a minute. The wave is getting harder because I'm focusing on the elite, but we still got time. He should be dead after another flurry of my attacks from my jousting lance. I forgot they also do more damage when I am moving as well, so I gotta remember that. Holding still is quite counterproductive for a lot of reasons. Even if we're wiggling back and forth, that's still perfectly fine. Our movement speed is getting so high. Definitely gonna need a lot of dodge and armor. But so far, so good. Well, this isn't worth it at all. Your highest speed and curse will get swapped. Will give me a lot of curse and lose all my speed. That's stupid. We'll take that because it's free. 9% speed, absolutely. 10% attack speed is actually a pretty big one right now. There's another 10% attack speed plus dodge and crit chance is more important right now. Oh, there's another jousting lance as well. I'm gonna lock that. The jousting lance is going to be very important, and there's another one we're going to lock. Armor and dodge also. Basically, I'm jousting into battle. Wow, we are getting so quick. We're just diving into battle like a moron, stabbing everything, hoping it works out for us somehow. So if we find some of those legendary items that increase speed too, that would be huge, especially because our movement speed has such bonuses on it too. We are up to 50 HP now, and I haven't upgraded my HP once manually. I guess we can probably get away from the jousting lances before too long too, because we're getting much more speed boost from other things. So at some point we can start to swap out for whatever weapons happen to show up for us. Right now we're just going to dive into the shrimps and murder the ocean. For now I'm going to take this for armor and dodge, both of which are very important. We will take another jousting lance. I'm going to not put those together yet. We'll wait till we find another item. Wheat is also good. The harvesting damage. Yep, we'll hold on to that, but we'll see what else we can find. There's more dodge and more heal when dodging. So we now gain 28 HP. And then we had another item that can also boost. I still feel like we need a lot more speed. We need so much speed. We're definitely going to have to pair that with armor though and dodge because we are not going to be able to control what we're running into soon. I'm worried too that more range might actually start screwing it up because we'd be like lashing out at enemies that aren't really a concern for us in the moment. We do need to focus on closer enemies at all times. Wave 14 though is getting absolutely destroyed. As long as we're moving, we're getting better. Yeah, we need something, at least one weapon with more attack speed. This is also again good. So is this. We don't really need the knockback. So what do we want to... None of those. Harvesting maybe just to make a little more money by the end. Then we'll get this for even more of that. There's another wheat. We're going to hold on to that as well because that could be very good for us. We're getting at least a few HP per round, so that feels pretty good. If we get moving a little bit quicker, it'll be much better again. We still need more speed. This build might have the fun advantage though, where we can really like maneuver around the enemies depending on how much of a horde there is in front of me, because this one I can really like thread the needle to get out of danger. But yeah, the Jousting Lances are probably going to go before too long. I'm not really loving them as it gets later in the rounds. Early game, they were fantastic. Making some pretty good money overall, $385. We're going to take some raw damage at this point. I'm going to take the wheat again for harvesting, though we only have 5 levels up, so harvesting is definitely going to slow down at this point. We're going to make items cheaper. We're going to lock the metal because we want more of those. Adrenaline we've already had for sure. Although we might get more adrenalines because that could actually pair really well with this build. We get a lot of dodge, or we could heal like 5, 10, 15 HP per dodge. Damage feels pretty good right now. We're obviously massacring most of everything. It's just a matter of getting enough attacks out to wipe this screen. But so far, Wave 16 is actually really straightforward. Surprisingly effective build. I guess it probably also helps that enemies like can't touch me. They've got to be able to keep up with me. And we'll eventually find some items that like get better too with the amount of movement speed we have. Maybe we could stack up a whole bunch of those. Okay, we got a whole bunch of cursed enemies there, which is perfectly fine by me. We're going to be pretty rich after this, 433. So let's take that extra dodge. Let's take all that. We're going to lose some crit chance. Still can't afford that, but it's going to have to wait. There's another hiking pole. I think I'm actually going to combine 2 of these and take another one of these. Their damage isn't insane, but we're going to get extra range for sure. If we combine them, it might actually be better because we have to go 60 steps currently. Now we only have to go 50 steps. There is another Jousting Lance. I'm not even going to lock that right now because we already got so much speed that the Jousting Lances aren't really a benefit anymore. I'd rather start switching to some guns or something at this point that's just a little more effective overall. The Jousting Lances were simply there to give me a speed boost. They do decent damage, but I already have so much natural speed anyway, they're just redundant. But I'm going to be able to move very quickly and have a lot of range by the end of this, so I need some weapons that pair nicely with those particular stats. We're up to 69 max HP. It's starting to get a little bit harder, lots of enemies piling up, but it's because I'm using the Jousting Lances more than anything. Gonna have to find some more effective weapons for these idiots. Well, here's a good chance to just straight up add 9% dodge. Dodging is gonna be huge for us, obviously. There's more armor and dodge, we lose max HP. I will take that trade-off. Armor's now up to 11, dodge is up to 44. I think right now I'm actually going to take a shredder because that can has an 80% chance to cause an explosion. I think I also want the cape. We're going to lock that for next time because that's going to bring me up to max dodge. We're going to lose a little bit of damage, but lifesteal and dodge are going to be big. So now we're going to fire off some explosions. That's going to help whittle down the enemies. I don't have to get quite as close to everyone. We did lose a little bit of attack speed, but our range is going to go up a lot. Still feel like I need to be moving a lot quicker. I was hoping by now like we'd just be going so quick that we'd be getting so much max HP the game would be a joke, but no such luck. I am starting to take lots of damage though because I keep walking into bullets, so I don't know how much more I want to add movement speed at this point either. It's just going to get us into more trouble and have us killed quicker. But we finished the wave. We're going to take attack speed. Then we're going to finish off our dodge, so we're over maximum dodge. I think a little more armor is going to be important as well. Never mind, we can't afford that, so we're just going to move on. Wave 19. At least the waves are easy so far. It's still a good build. But it's, I thought we'd be able to stack a lot more stats than we are. Our hiking pole has gotten me 48 range though. That's actually insane by itself. Getting a lot of enemies showing up on this wave, so we're just going to keep circling the outside like we do and going along the edge of the horde. That way we can penetrate in super far. With all this range, some of the ghost weapons might have actually been good. They can increase our damage or attack speed. You could probably pair all this together to some kind of super build that I'm too stupid to figure out right now. Okay, I'm going to buy the sunglasses because that's going to give me crit chance and that's going to actually make things like this viable suddenly so we can get extra luck. Don't really want attack speed. That one's pretty nice. It's going to knock us down slightly above max dodge, but we get all the extra damages. I will actually take a little bit more range damage because this might well swap out to a different kind of build. But for right now, we're going to murder the shark. I'm going to have to keep moving a little bit because I have so many jousting things still that will do a lot more damage as long as I'm moving. So we can circle the shark, but we're actually quick enough to avoid its attacks, which is nice. Most builds won't be able to do that. So even when he charges in, we're still quicker. We can outrun his charge or keep him right where we want him, stabbing. We just need to avoid all of the many bullets that are around. But we're definitely lacking the damage in this build. That's one thing we need more of. I also need to move around the map a little bit to thin out the idiots that are constantly spawning in while grabbing treasure chests and not getting overly greedy. We can dodge a lot and the dodges will often heal us, but this is still very risky. Almost have idiot stick dead and then we'll hopefully find a nice tier 4 item that's going to be a big boost to us. Okay, the boss is dead. We got the red treasure chest. Now we just got to finish out the final few seconds of the wave, which should be easy now. The boss was the one thing that was posing a threat to me. Well, I guess we'll take this, elemental and luck. We won't say no to luck. Well, there's another 12% speed. We're going to take that anyway, just because it'll still add to our stats. And then we'll take this. So our dodge is now only 58%. It'll just turn itself back on eventually, naturally anyway. I feel like we're not finding very many weapons at all. So we're just going to keep going, and still didn't really... The reroll price is nice. We still need more weapons. Next round, we're going to find an elite. So right now, we're just going to run around using our faster than ever speed. I think really fast attack speed would be fun with this build because you could walk up and like just blow past an enemy at light speed and stab him 18 times while you do. He wouldn't even know what happened before he's basically made into a pincushion. I just realized we're all the way up to 87 HP. 88 HP. HP regeneration probably isn't the worst idea in the world either. Oh, here's another 1% damage for every speed we have, so there's another 90% damage. So that's up to 290. A tier 4 javelin could actually be really interesting. Every second projectile has a 100% crit chance. Its crit bonus is 3 times, so that's actually huge. I'm also going to buy the fish hook. Hopefully then as we re-roll this, the javelin will turn into a cursed. So we're going to have a much bigger chance of having a cursed javelin. And we're going to fight an elite, then we're going to fight 2 elites, right, because we're past level 20. So we're just going to keep on moving. They shouldn't be able to really hit us. It'd be nice to have some slowing effect for the bosses. Not because they're quicker than us, but because it's quicker than my brain can work. But I'm really just so quick that like by the time even their fast effects get to where they're going, I'm on the other side of the map. I gotta stay close to them though. I do want to try and finish him up before the end of the round. Okay, that was easy once we got close. It's just a matter of staying close to things. Also getting a lot of cursed enemies by this point, because we're killing a lot of cursed enemies. Plus 1% attack speed every second until the end of the wave. Plus 10 regeneration while standing still. We're never standing still. Okay, so let's combine some of these javelins into a tier 4. That does big damage, and then we'll take a javelin. So that's going to do big damage and lots of crits. The javelin also has insane range, and that's only going to get better. But it really is going to act like most of the guns do. Wave 23 seems really easy, and I'm not sure if it's maybe the javelin that's doing that, but we're seeing a lot of crits for up to 500 damage. So we'll see what kind of fun weapons and stuff we can find now. There we go, 10% speed, 30 range. While I'm at it, let's just add more speed. Speed does equal damage for us as well. We can get damage against bosses. I think we're going to take damage against bosses. We need to help everywhere we can get it. 16% damage is kind of nice, though our damage is already kind of insane. Here are some things we need. Night vision goggles for the crit chance, and then a hammer, which is just going to be a 834 damage monster. And with its range, we'll be able to swing around. That should knock some sense into some idiots. I just need to like take out a loan or something to be able to afford that. Things are getting expensive. I hardly notice the speed increases at this point, which hopefully is a good sign. Oh, we're just cruising around right now. A wave like this is super easy. It's when the bullets get everywhere that things get too hard. Because now at least if I get close to the enemies, they do disappear. We can also add another 111% damage, which is kind of insane. We'll take the hammer for now. I'm gonna remove one of the jousting whatevers, and then a tier 4 hammer. I'm definitely gonna lock the power generator because that's gonna add 100% damage after this round, and also damage to bosses. We have a very strange multitude of things, but you'll see when the hammer hits because we're gonna start seeing some bigger numbers. Waves are starting to get harder for sure. We're actually taking damage, but things are just getting projectile-y. Like we're just getting a lot of things flying our way, and it's too hard to dodge them when we're this quick. Another wave done. We actually turned the power generator into a cursed power generator. So we're going to get a 200% damage increase. We already have a 200%, so we got a 400% damage increase. That means my hammer's doing 1421 damage. Most of the things are going to do a lot. There's also a potato coming up. We're going to lock that. Depending on what weapon we find, we could have an absurd amount of damage. 400% damage. That's beyond a lot. We could get up into the 10,000 damage crits if we keep riding this out properly. Up to 110 HP, and we've never once chosen an HP upgrade. That wave went down smoothly. We have lots of luck, so we'll take a little bit more speed. Crit chance, absolutely. Don't know if I want to take that trade-off. 9% speed. Yeah, why not? The more speed we have, the more damage. For 50% damage against bosses, these all got cursed. I think I want this just because of its insane range and crit chance. So our crit chance jumped all the way up to 50%. And then we'll take that, so the crit chance is up to, yeah, it's still 50%. Quicker than ever. We're just going to zoom by everything. Puncture it full of holes. This is probably the most unique build I've had so far. It's very strange. I just walk up to the enemies and they disappear. You can really sort of exploit the hiking poles or ski poles, whatever they are, because normally those weapons are like per kill with that item. With this one, I'm pretty sure it's just per step. So if I had 6 of these, it'd be 6 times the stat gain. Anyways, there's 46% damage against bosses. Wave 29 is throwing a lot of different enemies at me. And we're just tearing right through them all because our damage is absurd at this point. I think I'm actually going to take the honey. That's just a lot of damage and explosion damage. If I happen to find an explosive thing, that could be good. Also, if we lock this, we're going to turn this into a giant boost for damage again. Then it's time for a boss wave. So we'll see if our damage to bosses is going to be a factor or not. There's 3 bosses. One of them might be an elite. We're definitely destroying that one. That one's basically already dead. That's a level 30 boss, by the way. It was probably the least tanky of the bosses. The one we're fighting currently seems to be a contender for a second, but we're absolutely melting it once we get our little stabbers on it. Just keep stabbing away and everything will be okay. That one's almost dead. We're losing HP quickly. That doesn't feel very good. Okay, boss number 2 is dead, so we've killed 2 of the 3. We're mostly just worried about taking damage at this point. We didn't kill boss number 3. I was mostly just trying to survive naturally. This didn't get cursed yet, so we'll keep going until it does get cursed. I will take this spider because that's going to add damage plus 30% attack speed. I probably should have just locked that. We're going to fight an elite, by the way. Wow, that elite's getting melted. Okay, so I should always lock the things that are good because they'll get cursed and even stronger. It's really stupid not to do that. This is actually a really strong build considering the weapons I have like aren't really that great. They're just kind of whatever weapons, and we're absolutely melting wave 31. As I was saying, we just got absolutely wrecked because we touched like one thing.